The Kevin Durant reports are escalating. More information is coming out on what the Suns are going to need for Kevin Durant to move this offseason, and that the Spurs are still one of the top bidders for Kevin Durant. And we're going to break it down here on Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys take a spur of the moment to get every Spurs moment by hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss all the great content me, Josh, and Brian have for you. But a new report on Phoenix Suns asking price for Kevin Durant. The San Antonio Spurs, Houston Rockets, Knicks, and other teams have been reportedly interested in a Kevin Durant trade. The San Antonio Spurs might be in the market for another star this offseason to pair with Wembanyama and Fox. Such a move could prove costly. Several times this season, the Phoenix Suns have been involved with the trade talks surrounding the 15-time NBA All-Star Kevin Durant, as we all know. We've heard this a lot. We've talked about it on the channel multiple times. We did talk about the De'Aaron Fox trade a lot. It happened. This Kevin Durant thing, I'll give more of my thoughts on it, like my own personal thoughts here in a moment. Let's talk about what was said, and then we'll break it down further from there. But most notably, at the February trade deadline, none of them ended materializing, but after falling short of the playoffs entirely, moving Durant is more of a must for the Suns than a want, especially if they want more roster flexibility. This was a tweet here. Said Matt Ishbia and the Suns will not accept less value in a trade involving Kevin Durant than they initially set out, league sources told Clutch Points. At the same time, it is not a foregone conclusion that Kevin Durant is going to leave. Okay. Kevin Durant's not staying. Why would they keep him? There is no need to run this thing back. They've gone from the second round of the playoffs where they lost in 6, which was their farthest they've gotten, to then getting swept, to then getting beaten and not making the playoffs. Why would you keep it? The Kevin Durant experience clearly hasn't worked with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. You didn't build the roster properly around them. You need to go get pieces. Bradley Beal has a no-trade clause, so he has to go where he wants to go. Devin Booker is your future. You have to keep him. Kevin Durant's the guy that teams like the San Antonio Spurs, the Houston Rockets, the New York Knicks, the teams that may need that one more scoring piece to really feel like true contenders, who they're going to get. But I'm honestly under the belief there is no need to get Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is still amazing. 26.6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, a steal, 52.7% from the floor, 43% from 3. Kevin Durant is still a bucket. He is still a showstopper. He is somebody who is going to obviously spin the turnstiles, and people are going to want to come and see Kevin Durant because it is Kevin Durant. We know how great this guy is. He was one of the 3 leaders, one of the 3 horsemen on the USA team this season. Our last season in Paris, I should say. He is the greatest Olympian we have ever had. So, Kevin Durant's great. 2-time champion, 2 times Finals MVP, 2013, 2014 MVP. We know the greatness of Kevin Durant. But he does not impact winning as an individual like he used to. I wanted to trade for Giannis. And I know a lot of people in the Giannis trade, when I talked about that, were saying that we don't want to have to give up Castle. We don't want to give up Castle. We don't want to give up Castle. And I completely agree with you that I don't want to, but the Bucks aren't taking Devin Vassell for the trade. If they would take Devin Vassell, that would be a heist, and absolutely, you sign up for that in a heartbeat. I'm willing to move off of a lot of our young talent to go and get somebody like Giannis, because Giannis is a game changer. He is young, and he adds to this roster in ways that I don't think Kevin Durant fully can. Especially because if their asking price is not less value, then they're expecting 2 or 3 first-round picks. That trade's probably looking crazy. I think there's a talk about here earlier. We'll get to it. But according to a new report from Clutch Points, that the Suns will not be willing to accept anything less than Kevin Durant 2 years ago. The 4-team deal saw Phoenix part Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, 4 firsts, and a first-round pick swap. I am sorry, a 36, 37-year-old Kevin Durant is not worth that. He is not worth that at this point. Why would we need that for 2 years of Kevin Durant? If that holds, the Spurs would likely have to include a package like this. Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, maybe Keldon Johnson, and a slew of first-round picks. No. There's no need for it. At this point right now, we have the superstar we need. We have the star we need. We have the up-and-coming budding star. We've got the great scoring option that's going to be like a secondary, tertiary option. We've got the defense. We've got the passing. What we need right now is we need veterans who can shoot. With the picks in the draft this year, we can get guys who are ready to play now. There's no need more to go and get players that have high upside. Jason Timp for Hoops Tonight, great NBA analyst. He says a lot of great things. He was saying the same thing last night, actually. There is no need to go out there now and get players like Castle who have super high upside, but they need to develop. We have everything that we need on this roster for a long-term success. With these picks now in the draft, we need to go out there and get ready-made players, people who have been in college for multiple years, or if they haven't been in college for multiple years, guys who have been impact players or can be impact players. Just need to fill out. This is where you get the Marco Bellinelli types, the Patty Mills types of guys from the Spurs in the past. You get these guys who know how to play basketball. They play it at a high level. They are veterans. They are people. They are leaders who can go in there and play high level and high leverage basketball moving forward. We do not need to get rid of a bunch of pieces for Kevin Durant. I'm fine moving off of pieces for Cam Johnson. I'm fine moving off of pieces for some of the guys like that in this league. And obviously, if we had a chance at the Giannis sweepstakes, that's different. But Kevin Durant, Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Keldon Johnson, and a slew of first-round picks, sign me up for a no. Next, get that out of here. But the Suns won't have much leverage this offseason regarding Kevin Durant. That said, Bleacher Report had an idea in half bringing Durant to San Antonio. What say the crowd here? I'm actually very interested. Vassell, Sochan, Branham, Champagny, 2026, 2029 first swap, Kevin Durant. No, I'm sorry. I understand this would be a 2-year move, and then after that, we would obviously be able to be fine cap space, and we would be able to move into it. But that's a 2-year move. We don't need to accelerate the time clock now. Our time clock's already accelerated, and if Wemby's as good as we think he's going to be, which he is, we don't need to mortgage a lot of the future for this. I don't like that trade. I think that we can get multiple pieces off of that we don't even need to. And maybe we don't even need to move things at all. We just develop, we just draft, we get guys who are ready made, and then we go from there. Somebody like a Walter Clayton. I understand we don't really need guard depth, but we're not going to we might not have Chris Paul depending. Obviously, we got guys like Branham, but a guy like Walter Clayton, he is a bigger guard at 6'3". He can stretch the floor, very high-level shooter. Those are the guys that we need. Obviously, a veteran at Florida just won a national championship. Those type of guys are the guys that we could utilize on this roster to the most. But Phoenix is in the midst of a coaching search, which could help turn the roster around if Durant trade doesn't end up materializing, though that isn't a guarantee. That said, the Spurs will likely do their due diligence but won't want to overspend on a veteran who would replace several young pieces, especially if that means a haul aligned with Phoenix's wishes. I just don't think that we need to be in the Kevin Durant business. Unless they come with us like, hey, Jeremy Sochan, Keldon Johnson, a 2026 first, a 2029 pick swap. Then you're not giving rid of Vassell. You're only giving up rid of pieces that we can actually move off of. And then you get a guy like Kevin Durant, maybe even throw in Harrison Barnes there to make it work contractually. Something like that. If you can get a steal, then I'm all for Kevin Durant because he's a guy who makes every single team better. But mortgaging the future for that guy is unnecessary. That is not something the Spurs need to do. And if it's Giannis, I get it. If it's Kevin Durant, don't need to mortgage the future for him. Let me know what you guys think about those hypothetical trades that were placed there within the article, within the tweets, and what you think about Kevin Durant as a whole. This has been Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll be seeing all of you guys very soon.